Reggaeradio.it. This is Chiara and I'm in Berlin with the African superstar Stonebwoy. Welcome in Berlin. Nice to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Nice to have you here. This is almost the end of your Shuga summer tour. Last date will be tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, that to Hamburg.
Yeah, and then one more, we just confirmed for Red Bull Street Carnival in Notting Hill. So
oh wow, that's
Red Bull sound system. So
okay, that's quite.
I think that closes it.
Okay, that's pretty amazing.
So 2 more to go.
Okay, can you tell me some highlights of this tour?
It's been amazing. We started somewhere on the 27th of July, right? Yeah, of July, and ever right 27th. 25th. Yeah. But I remember beginning, we flew into Europe, and I can't remember all these dates specifically, but we did Austria at Hills Vibe Reggae Festival. That was what we started with, and then we went on to Uppsala, we went on to Rotterdam, and then we came back to Amsterdam, and then we did Rotterdam, and I mean, I can't remember everything, but crazy responses, crazy. We did Stuttgart, we did Cologne, crazy shows. Like there's no single place that wasn't filled up. I mean, not to my surprise really, but I appreciate, and I mean because we put in a lot of work as well, from artists to team to everybody who does their bits. And the masses as well. I have to thank the fans, those who believe in Stonebwoy, those who follow the African music movement. We have people who are hardcore, die-hard fans of music in general. Those people are also need to be appreciated and acknowledged right now, because they are the ones that keep the music going, although we're the ones who create the music and push it to them. So every single place has been amazing, has been super crazy. Like you just saw what happened, and I think this is one of the medium venues that I played on the tour. The rest of those have been big festivals with thousands and thousands of people who gravitate to the, and crazy things happening out here for African music lately. I'd have to give credit to the predecessors, all those who have started, who's the journey before time, because they would have been the ones who set the foundation for us to be here today, to do what we are doing today. So big respect to everybody who played a role and has played a role, because I see this as a mission and as a movement, because we would have to use this thing that is going on. Music brings peace, love, unity, amongst people, amongst black and white and everybody. So I'm grateful to be one of the persons in the forefront now, coming from Ghana, hoisting the flag and representing for the music and African people. It's been super crazy, and I'm so thankful for every single support. This has been I think this is the most successful tour that I ever done in my life in Europe, and you can count more successful ones coming at higher levels, you feel me?
That's for sure. I was following live at Rototom. You are coming straight from Spain to Berlin, and you perform on the Lion stage, which was one of the reasons you were there. But not only, you took part on an amazing session and very interesting at the Reggae University, but you also featured the main stage show with the Morgan Heritage. Can you tell me something about all this collaboration you have been doing the last couple of years, I would say, because Morgan Heritage is just a name. Tonight you perform your combination with Sean Paul, but you have Kabaka on your album. You are on Kabaka album, I-Octane, Assassin,
Sizzler.
Many Jamaican artists. Can you tell me something about this? How this collaboration came up?
Thank you very much. I think it's due to the whole musical influence that has been going on. Because anytime I say this, I have to refer to blackness, which is sometimes gets heavy on my mouth, because we go into places now that we don't see only black as a color. You know what I mean? So when I want to explain the depth of it and I start mentioning, I don't want to sound otherwise. But the reason why these things come up, I mean, this swift flow of musical exchange is because it all goes back to the roots. It all goes back to the roots where we are from, people of color. We have the same culture, the same roots, the same movement, and by work purposes, by slave trade, by stuff, we all got separated years ago. So I think that in this global village now with technology and immense information, we're all finding each other now. So we're linking up, connecting with each other, sharing each other's music, and actually experimenting, crossing over. So it all dies down to whoever is pushing the torch. And I would not give credit to just myself only. There are a lot of other African artists who are playing a role in the same thing, but I'm one of the leading artists, if not the leading artist. We have to acknowledge. So it gives me a lot of duty and a lot of obligation to continue to do what I'm doing now, to represent. And when it comes to the Caribbean and Africa, Ghana stands out as a major, Jamaica stands out as a major. So you find Ghana and Jamaica linking up and bringing the rest of them together. That's why you find the songs going on between me and Beanie Man, me and Sean Paul, me and Sizzler, Kabaka, all these Morgan Heritage. I'm on their Loyalty album. I was on their album that won the Grammys, that got nominated for the Grammys. The other one won it. So these are the reasons. It goes beyond sharing just music, but values, culture, blackness, the interest to connect back to one another's roots and finding each other and all of that. And I think that the world has been supportive of this movement, because minus the other people, it wouldn't get here. So to say, the Europeans, the Americans, because we're in Europe right now, and you saw the number of people who turned up. You know what I mean?
You were also the first artist from Ghana performing at Sunfest.
Yes.
So how did they receive you? How was the feedback in Jamaica?
Yeah, Jamaica is a tough crowd, because remember, they have music running through their veins like joke. You know what I mean? Everything they do, they run it with music. And that's not only Jamaican behavior, it's in the DNAs of us. And when it comes to Ghana, the same thing happens. We tease people with music. Anything you do, they create a song for you right now. So it's really tough to penetrate such a market or perform to a crowd like that in Jamaica that would move. But after the performance, I was rated as the top 10. And I was rated the first time performing in Jamaica and was rated as number 10. You know what I mean? And you can imagine how good that review is. From national TV, I didn't stop doing interviews. It was just like, yo, who's this? You feel me? Doing interviews back to back. So I say the reception was amazing. It was nice, but there's more to be done, and the more we share, the more we know, the more we enjoy and understand each other's music. But there's a huge interest in what we do as there's a huge interest of African music now with the merge of dancehall now. So I think that is a good timing for me as well to continue to grow up upon that.
During the session at Reggae University, a question popped up in my mind because Bushman was talking a lot about how Jamaican artists start their career performing on sound system.
Yeah.
And this was a main aspect in Boston, in Jamaica, and then internationally. I was wondering if you have something similar,
in
and how did you start your career? Was something similar, like performing on live show?
Thank you very much. It's a good one. In Ghana, as compared to Jamaica, where you have had to follow a sound system to get known, way gone in the days. In Ghana, it used to be the band. That is what I came to read, because I'm not a baby, but I'm young. You know what I mean? I came to read and understand that there used to be bands. You found out there's some great bands, like some of the most popular ones, like the Osibisa, the Jedu Blaze played in bands, like, you know, bands that I'm not even familiar with a lot as their names, but I know you have had to come from a band to be able to stand out on your own. Gone were those days. I should be talking about circa 1920, 1930s, thereabout. Because remember that if you ask me about the history of of what we're doing now as compared to reggae music, reggae could find its way into the 1960s. I should be talking about 1920s with High Life. That's how they began to boss. And so in our times now, I started by going on to radio when I got the opportunity to do like battling with somewhere in 2000, and I started in 2004.
Like freestyle.
Like freestyle battling. You find somebody that they pair you with another artist, and that's how I got my prominence. You know, I started doing that, and I got fans from the streets whilst I was in senior high school. So by the time I finished my 3-year course, I had gained underground fans who were now yearning for me to start feeding them with music. So somewhere in 2009, aside the underground stuff that I did, I dropped a song, and that became like the highlight, you know, to cement the stuff that I had been doing from as a youth from senior high school. I was 15 years by then. I'm 31 now, so it's like that's how I started, and I got a boss from 2009. Then 2010 got another big tune. So every year almost every year I get like at least one big song and other big songs. See? So that's how I came into prominence. So I think that and then now the social media era now in my time is helping a lot of people to get boss. You don't have to follow sound system anymore like in Jamaica, because even there it has changed. You do a thing, you turn it on the social media, there are people listening, and you could reach out to people. You can reach out to people easily now in our time than you did gone those days. So you will have to follow the sound system to keep roaming. So, I mean, that's how we get our boss lately.
Be proud of yourself, be confident in yourself. Don't feel no intimidation. Somebody say no competition. It's oneness, one love. Whether you're black, white, blue, purple, or green, it's one love. Say one love. Sing it to me. Somebody give me a flag. Wave a flag. Wave a flag. Wave a flag. Wave a flag. Yeah, you have to raise up your flag. You have to raise up your handkerchief. What's in the party? Everybody now.
For me, for example, it's not just social media to follow you. It's also a lot on the printed media, on the Ghana web and everything, where I try to catch more knowledge, as you said. I'm not a super expert. So before leaving you to your fans, because guys, here in Berlin, people are waiting for him like crazy. I wanted to ask you about few rumors, which I don't know if they are true or they are just, those on the media. So you recently met Buju, like you. So some people say you recorded something with him. Is it true or not?
We're trying to finish a song.
Wow.
That's where I'll keep it.
Well, okay.
For my next album, in 2020.
Okay.
Yes.
So your album will be 2020.
Yeah. So it's not the rumors. We all saw the pictures, and we're working on a song.
Okay.
Yeah, but we haven't finished yet. So that's the truth. You know, I mean, I need to tell my fans the truth, so wherever they can support me, go #Buju and tell him to finish the verse. Finish the verse. You know, Stonebwoy featuring Buju. Yeah.
So that will be great. Something we are looking forward. And media say also you will have a Shatta Wale collabo.
That's my brother, you know. So big him up same time. You know, he's coming up with his thing soon, and expect a lot of things coming from us in Ghana. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I just
respect.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Nice to meet you.
Bim.